The fundamental principle of Vedanta is to embrace favorable tendencies and renounce unfavorable ones. This means that thoughts and emotions that help reveal the true nature of the self should be accepted, while those that confine us to the body or mortality should be rejected. Non-self tendencies are those that make us believe we are the body, that we are born, and that one day we will die. However, Vedanta teaches that we must reject these notions and acknowledge that we are beyond birth and death, pure, conscious, and eternal. It is also essential to understand the true meaning of acceptance and rejection. Merely criticizing something without reason is not rejection. Rather, rejection means refusing to associate with what is contrary to our true nature. If we do not like death, then we should not even think about it. If we do not want to die, then we should not associate our thoughts with mortality. Tendencies that are impermanent and unrelated to the self should be abandoned. However, renunciation does not mean disrespect or condemnation. It simply means not adopting them. By our very nature, we do not like mortality, impermanence, and change. Therefore, we must train our minds to relate only to the eternal and pure consciousness. For instance, if a person sees his reflection in a mirror and has dark skin, can he convince himself that he is fair-skinned? No matter how much he convinces himself, until he directly perceives reality, he will remain an illusion. Similarly, until we attain direct knowledge that we are the self and immortal, merely believing it intellectually is difficult. Just as if someone mistakes a rope for a snake in the dark, it will not be easy to convince him otherwise until he sees it in the light. Once he perceives that it is a rope, his previous illusion will automatically disappear. In the same way, we must realize the self to free ourselves from the illusion of mortality. Great sages affirm that we are Brahman, but until we experience this truth, it remains just an intellectual concept. The belief that we will die arises naturally because we have accepted the visible world as reality. Since we think we are the body, we also assume we will age and die. This conviction arises effortlessly within us. However, if we want to establish the certainty that we are immortal, it cannot be done merely through reasoning. It requires direct experience. Just as merely saying there is no snake will not dispel the fear if someone mistakenly sees a snake in a rope. The illusion will persist until he directly perceives the rope. Likewise, until we experience the self directly, we will continue to believe we are the body. Our delusion is that we identify with the body, which is perishable. This illusion cannot be removed easily. To overcome it, we must recognize our witness consciousness. Just as when someone is dreaming, everything in the dream seems real to them, but upon waking they realize it was just a dream. In the same way, when we attain self-realization, this world too appears like a dream, and only the witness remains. Without this direct experience, it is difficult to establish certainty merely through thoughts. For example, when a gold ornament is melted to create a new one, the old ornament ceases to exist. Then, if the new ornament is melted again to create another, the previous form disappears once more. However, what remains constant is the gold itself. Similarly, in a dream, the dream world appears completely real, but upon waking, it becomes non-existent. Likewise, what seems real in the waking state loses significance upon realizing the self. Only the witness consciousness remains because it alone is eternal and unchanging. The dream world has no reality in the waking state, and the waking world holds no importance after self-realization. This is the ultimate truth of Vedanta.